Hi, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of Let's Talk Buffalo, a radio program that is produced by students here at Buffalo State University. And you can only find us on 91.3 FM, WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative. My name is Arie Dorsey. Hi, nice to meet you guys. And today's episode is called The Broken Code. And fun fact, this episode was actually produced as part of Buffalo State's advanced audio production class. So that's really cool. So today on The Broken Code, we're going to investigate the question, is life black and white, or is it a shade of gray? Sometimes there are moments in life when we just don't know what to do. For instance, let's say that there is a fire, and you could either save a stranger or the love of your life. Who would you save? Of course you're going to say, the love of my life. I'm going to save the love of my life. Well, and that's fair. You care about that person deeply. But let's say the love of your life was in the attic and the stranger was right in front of you and you only had time to save one person. It might be a little tougher to decide, and the decision you make might have some consequences. And how about another one? Let's say you were bullied or mistreated by someone in the past. It could have been in school or at work, but now you see them in danger. You see them in trouble. Would you help them out? Sometimes when we help others, we have the purest of intentions, but then people around us might question why we did it. They question our motives, and that hurts. Or sometimes we do the right thing and we really just don't want to. It might inconvenience us, it might cause us a little bit of pain, but we do it. So what pulls us to do the right thing? Well, this episode actually allows us to explore those questions through the use of two superhero and supervillain audio dramas that were edited and produced right here on Buffalo State's campus. So I hope you enjoy. Our first story is called The Villain's Conscience. It follows Maelstrom, a supervillain who can destroy and rearrange atoms, aka atomokinesis, as she saves Timber Sloan, a superhero with botanical powers. Wait, did I say that right? A supervillain saving a superhero? Let me just check the script and... Yeah, no, that's what it says. That's what I wrote down. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so, yeah, no, that's what happens. So why would she do that? Well, let's find out. Here's The Villain's Conscience, and I hope you enjoy.
Phew, what a long day at work. I just want to relax. You know what? Let me turn on the news and see what's going on.
We are entering the third week of our beloved flower power superhero, Timber Sloan, being missing. The police have searched but have no leads. Will he ever see Timber Sloan again? In other news, heinous supervillain Maelstrom has been very quiet. Where is Maelstrom, and why hasn't she struck yet? More on this at 11 p.m.
Wait, what? Timber Sloan is still missing? I can't believe he's still missing, and the cops didn't find him? I wonder where they could have taken him. Whoever took him must have taken him somewhere secluded and abandoned. Somewhere no one would think to go. Like maybe that abandoned factory by the docks. Well, I hope that someone, anyone, can save him soon.
Alright, Tony. Why are we on patrol? No one's coming here. This factory's been abandoned for decades.
Rick, we can't let anyone find Timber. He's too powerful. Well, not anymore, but we can't be too careful.
But the police couldn't find him, and they stopped looking for him. Besides, they take him for granted. But I'm surprised that Maelstrom hasn't been around.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for her to wreak havoc.
I don't know, but you'd think she'd be excited for Timber's downfall.
Yeah, I wonder where she is and why she isn't around.
Whoa, those scars sound scary. I'm glad they're gone now. Wait, who sat in the vents?
Those vents were filthy and cramped. Ugh, so much dust. I can't believe that I'm actually trying to save Timber. That stupid dead. My stupid code. Just everything's so stupid. You know what, whatever. I'm here now, so I might as well finish my mission. Now, his accident left him with a specific radiation signature. Let's see if I can find him with my radiation detector. The signal is strong. He's down this hallway. Monologue time. Because you're probably wondering who I am. And hi, I'm Maelstrom. Yes, that Maelstrom, the villain. Why am I trying to save my arch enemy? To keep it simple, he saved my life. Yeah, he's supposed to, he's the hero, but I take that seriously. My code is simple. A life for a life. Kill someone I care about, I'll come after you. But save a life? I'm indebted to you. This doesn't mean I'm gonna change. I have an overall goal and I have an overall mission. And whether you like it or not, I'm going to finish my mission. So no, I'm not necessarily changing. Even though I'm running through these hallways that are littered with scurrying rats and roaches that are chirping all over me to save this guy I don't even really like, I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna stop my mission. I'm just fulfilling my end of the bargain. So don't go over here and be sappy. Just enjoy the story, enjoy the ride. Now, I'm gonna get back to running.
That whistling sounds familiar. Maelstrom, watch out! It's the guards!
Oh my gosh, is that Maelstrom?
It is. Maelstrom. I gotta say, huge fan. Your atomic kinesis, the way you change and reshape atoms, chef's kiss.
Oh, you're not coming after me? Oh, well, I'm flattered, I guess. I don't typically have fans.
Well, you're famous amongst criminals. So what are you doing here? Wanted to kill Timber yourself?
Yeah, well, something like that.
Hey, what's that?
It's the radiation detector.
Why do you need it? You came to save him, didn't you? You were tracking his radiation signature.
Okay, say, you're smarter than you look.
You aren't going anywhere. Put your hands up. Imagine how excited our boss will be when we tell him we captured and subdued not just Timber, but a supervillain like Maelstrom.
Aw, you guys have guns. That's so cute. Give me 1 second to power up.
She destroyed our guns. They're dust now.
Okay, I might have been too presumptuous before. You guys aren't that smart. You know what I can do, and yet you still think that a gun can take me down.
I'm out of here. She's gonna kill us.
Get back here, you coward! Oh my gosh, he fell through the floor. He's gone.
Well, do you want to join him? Answer me. Where is Timber?
Why do you care?
I don't. I'm settling a debt.
Just let me go. Ow, my leg! He broke my leg. I can't move.
Tell me where he is.
Settling this debt won't undo all that you've done. You will still be a villain, and that's all you'll ever be.
I don't care what they think. I'm not trying to undo my past with one grand gesture. I am simply trying to save one life. Now that that's done, let's go find Timber.
Hey, he looks hurt. Wait, that's Timber. Man, what did they do to him? But he won't be hurt for long. Maelstrom's coming in.
You look worse than I thought you'd look.
Maelstrom, what are you doing here?
Well, what does it look like? I'm saving you. Who were those guys?
I don't know. They injected me with something and I've been weak ever since.
Okay, well, let's get you out of here. I'm gonna pick you up. I got
Whoa.
you. Okay, I got you.
You're stronger than you look.
Thanks, I guess. Come on, let's get you out of here.
Breaking news. Beloved superhero Timber Sloan has returned, according to our sources. But where was he? Who took him? And more importantly, who saved him? More coming in at 11 p.m.
Well, the newscaster might not know who saved Timber, but I do. Let's check in on them. Timber's recovering at his home, and Maelstrom's checking in on him. Let's peek in and see what's going on.
Shut up, alarm clock. I'm awake. Wait, Maelstrom, get out. I don't have my mask on, my secret identity.
Look, Timber, I don't care about your secret identity. And don't worry, I won't use it against you. Anyways, here's your tea and your broth.
You're not going to tell people who I really am? But we're enemies.
Well, are we? We're the same. We're both trying to fight injustice. We're just soldiers on different sides. I have nothing against you. Just the people you fight to protect. Now, do you want some tea?
Is it poisoned?
Right, 'cause I'll save you just to poison you. Okay, drink or don't, it doesn't matter to me.
Why'd you save me anyways? I never saved your life.
Yes, you did. Look.
You're taking off your mask. I know you. You're the girl from the particle collider accident. You're alive?
You saved me. When everyone else ran away and I was left like this, you saved me.
That's why you saved me.
My code is very clear. A life for a life. Now my debt is paid, and my ledger is clear.
Are you sure about that? It's covered in red. You've hurt so many innocent people.
They aren't innocent. Life isn't clear-cut, and the ones that seem like innocent little lambs are the most ravenous of wolves.
And the ones that appear to be wolves, what about them?
They are the victims.
Are you a victim?
Victim, villain, what's the difference? People view me as a monster because of my powers, because of what I can do, because of the scars. So why not just be the person that they expect me to be? Why not just be what they see?
'Cause I don't see a monster or a villain stand in front of me. I see you. So what's next for us?
Well, we're soldiers, so we will see each other on the battlefield again.
Will we be on the same side?
I don't know. Are there any sides when life isn't black and white? Look, take care, Timber.
Thank you, Maelstrom.
I'll see you around.
Let me sit up. Well, I shouldn't have wasted a perfectly good cup of tea. Oh, a biscuit's my favorite. maybe she's right. How can we be enemies when we both try to fight injustice? The only question left is, who exactly am I fighting for? Who is truly the lamb and who is the wolf?
And we're back. Hi, everyone. So, how'd you like that first story? Well, actually, do me a favor. Put one hand up if you like the story, like you're like, okay, it was cool. And put two hands up if you really, really love the story. Well, hopefully you are raising your hands. I can't see because this is radio, but I hope you are. Unless you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands on the wheel. Keep your hands on the wheel, keep your eyes on the road, and keep your ears on the radio. See what I did there? Yeah, kind of cool. Anyways, so there's a lot to unpack in that first story. So what did we gain from that story? Well, Maelstrom never broke her code. She said that her code is a life for a life, and she stuck to it. And what a nice twist that Timber didn't even know who she was until the end. The person he saved long ago, now returning the favor. But if Maelstrom never broke her code, then who did? Remember that Timber drank the tea that Maelstrom prepared for him. He was the one who said that him and Maelstrom were enemies. It wasn't the other way around. While it was a simple gesture, it meant a lot, even if Maelstrom wasn't there to see it. Timber showed that he started to trust her and no longer viewed her as a monster or a villain or the enemy, but that he saw her. Likewise, when we help others, we don't always see the fruits of our labor, but they are there. And our good acts can end up helping us. Again, Timber saved Maelstrom. Maelstrom saved him. The cycle continues. So what great lessons we were able to gain from that story. Now, while we've been putting a lot of emphasis on villains who are morally gray, the question does pop up, could a hero be morally gray? Well, our next story, entitled 3 p.m. on a Thursday, follows a superhero named Nova. Now, Nova is a tech billionaire who uses her money and her mind to help others. While at one point she found joy in helping others, now Nova is questioning whether her efforts are worth it. So what happens when our heroes lose joy and become apathetic, even bitter? Well, let's find out. Here's 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Enjoy.
Ah, don't you just love waiting rooms? The stale white walls, the depressed paintings, the antagonizing clock ticks that remind you of the little time you have left. Sorry, I'm going off topic. This is a story about losing oneself, not about the fleeting passages of time. Oh, look, there's Nova. She's a hero. What she lacks in height and muscle, she makes up for in brain power. But she got in a little trouble. Been there, but don't tell the producer. I guess this is a court-ordered appointment. Why is Nova talking with her therapist? Well, let's listen in.
So, how have you been?
I'm fine.
Nova, you've never had to be forced to come into my office. We had your therapy appointments before, and you've been making progress. But you slipped. Is everything okay?
No, I'm not. Like you said, the session is court-ordered, but...
Okay, so what happened? You've been saving people for a long time, and you do it without powers.
No one cares about that.
I care. The people whom you save and protect care. Please don't drum on my desk.
I can't help it. It's fun.
Can you please focus?
I'm focused. This is just stupid. I'm fine. I'm really fine.
You don't seem fine. You seem different. Your mood has shifted and you aren't the person I remember. You used to be so happy and full of life. What changed?
Nothing changed.
Nova,
Nothing changed. I'm growing and I'm changing, but everyone still views me as that nobody. The nerd with the brain and no muscles.
Nova, you aren't a nobody. You're a valuable member of the hero community.
It doesn't feel like it. My ideas and suggestions are constantly mocked. Like, I thought saving people was enough, but it isn't. I thought the joy and satisfaction I received from helping people would help me to be content, but no. No, Doc.
I bet it isn't easy, but...
You know what's worse? I've been doing this for decades. I get a little pat on my back, a band-aid, a walk-it-off soldier. I never get a thank you, and I appreciate it, and anything. It's like I don't matter.
Is that why the incident happened?
He came at me, Doc. I reacted. I warned them. I told them that what they were doing was wrong, that it would hurt people. The reactor wasn't ready. I tried and tried to warn them, but they scoffed at me and laughed at me and ridiculed me. Agent M, the director of Corps, the people who were working on the reactor, they told me it was worth the sacrifice. No one will remember the deaths, just a payout. When I told him I would go to the authorities, Agent M just said, "Who do you think they'll believe?" Next thing I know, 2 heroes, people whom I've worked with my entire life, turned on me. They treated me like I was a dog. They rejected me. And after all the research I did for them and the inventions I made, for all the disasters I remedied and the enemies I've slain, I'm a good person and they...
Nova, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. This experience and my reaction helped me realize something. You know what the world does to brilliance it doesn't understand? It forgets it, ignores it, smothers it. I built machines in silence, in the background, in the shadows, but they gave everyone else the spotlight. I waited patiently for my turn, but it never came. I'm a superhero, big whoop. I was great and brave and kind and smart, but that's not what the people wanted. So when Agent M gave the word, they turned their back on me. And when the accident happened and Agent M's plan failed and those people died, they didn't come back and say, "Nova, you were right and we're sorry." They said, "Why didn't you stop them?" They don't want a hero, a good guy. They want a mascot. I don't have muscle. I'm not tall. My strength is in my brain, but it's hidden. They wanted something superficial, something to cheer for, and then tear down when they get bored by their own applause. I am no hero. I was merely a temporary favorite.
Nova,
Yeah, Doc?
I'm sorry that you aren't getting the praise and acknowledgement you deserve. You did and are sacrificing many things to protect people who don't care about you. And that's commendable. You are making a difference, even if no one else will acknowledge it. Don't tie your worth and your joy to what people say, but instead, look within yourself and find contentment from within. It's gonna be a hard journey, but know that I will be here as a friend to guide and support you. Doing the right thing sucks. What does that even mean? You did the right thing. You sounded the alarm, and look where it got you. But do you regret doing it? A few listened and survived. Don't forget the ones that are appreciative, just because their voices are softer and few. Nova, you are a superhero, and it is worth it.
I think this is a good place to stop. I'll see you next Thursday at 3 o'clock. I'll be here, Doc.
Huh. What an interesting discussion. I'm not going to end with a conclusion or summary. Just with a question. Where will you be next Thursday at 3? I'll be here, in this stale, stuffy waiting room, reading a boring magazine.
How'd you guys like that story? It was short and sweet, and I think I'm going to have a chat with that narrator, get HR involved. But anyways, y'all don't want to hear all that boring stuff. So let's talk about some of the takeaways. Well, in this case, the idea of the broken code is more apparent. Nova is kind of having an identity crisis, and throughout the course of her entire superhero career, she's been mistreated, and now she's fed up. She's on the edge, close to breaking her resolve and giving up and just changing her tactic altogether. But her friend, the therapist, encourages her to find her joy from within and not to base it on what other people say. Such wise counsel. And likewise in life, we have backlash or we get criticism from others when we do the right thing. And it does suck and it really does hurt. But when our joy isn't found in the words of others, but from ourselves, we can endure it. And while endurance is definitely tough, the rewards are worth it. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Let's Talk Buffalo, The Broken Code. First, I'd like to thank my friend Bronson Cunningham, who co-wrote the story 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Thank you so much, bro, for helping out with that. And I also want to thank our talented voice actors on the show, and some of them also read for multiple different characters. So thank you Arie Dorsey, Anyah Dorsey, Tatum Hunt, Orzechowski, and Kevin Thompson. I also want to thank Beth Stang, who served as our Foley artist on this episode. And thank you to Epidemic Music and Pixabay for all of the music and the other special effects that we couldn't quite record here on campus. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Let's Talk Buffalo here on 91.3 FM, WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative. I'm Arie Dorsey, and remember, keep your hands on the steering wheel, keep your eyes on the road, and keep your ears to the radio. Take care.